Recording is in progress. Okay, so for show up and show out for November, I have a topic that we're going to talk about. But I would like for you in the chat to two things. Number one, I want you to tell me something good that has happened to you today that is not business related. Can you do that? Anything good that happened to you today that was not business related, type that in the chat if you can, if you want to. The other thing is, and make sure like it's set when you type in the chat that it's set to everyone and not just to me. Unless you want it to be private. And then the second thing is there a struggle that you're currently, a challenge that you're currently facing right now, like today in your business? If that's something that you would like to type in the chat, that'd be cool. So one thing good that happened today that is not Scentsy related, and then if you're having a struggle or a challenge of any sort in your actual business, would you be willing to type that in the chat? Wow, Gretchen, oh my goodness, how amazing. Look at God. Wow, congratulations. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, massive blessings, what that is. Anybody else? I don't know if you can, I mean, typing after that, I don't know. That's a good one right there. But go ahead and feel free to put it in the chat while I'm gonna go ahead and get started. But I want to talk to you guys tonight. I was going to let you guys know the topic. I've kind of been trying to do that in the state of the group email I've been sending out at the beginning of the month. And I didn't do it this time, mainly because I didn't know what the topic was going to be. But then I did figure out the topic and was like, no, I'm still not going to tell them because they're probably not going to show up if I do. I spent quality time with my dad today. Great. You know what? I did too. Not for probably the same reason you did, but I did get to spend some quality time with my dad today too. So good on that. We need to spend more time with our parents when we can. My anxiety has gotten a lot better the past couple of days. I can feel it. Yes, Brittany, I love that. I love that. I'm glad to hear that about you. Thanks for sharing, y'all. This is awesome. I love hearing good things, right? In this world we live in today, it's good to hear good things. Let's see. Husband had the day off and so did I for once. Yay, good to spend some quality time together, Trisha. Struggles are getting everything I want to get done in this season. Wow, that one right there speaks to me, Amanda. I feel like my to-do list is just getting longer and longer, and I don't have it's not necessarily this time. I can make the time. It's the energy. I don't really have the energy to do it, but I'm really glad that you said that, Amanda, because that is a segue into exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. So I was gonna talk to you guys tonight about time management. However, I feel like that is a really misleading topic. I know it's a struggle for a lot of people whenever I do ask our team page and things like that, what your struggle is, what you would like to know more about, or, you know, what's a challenge in your business. A lot of people come back and immediately say time management, work-life balance. Well, I'm just going to give you a little spoiler alert, that I don't believe in work-life balance. I'm not saying you do, I'm not telling you what to believe, but I don't believe in work-life balance. I don't think that there is such thing as a work-life balance, simply because I have tried it in several stages and seasons of my life, and I've never been able to find the balance yet. I think it has more to do, not even with time management, because everybody has 24 hours in a day. We know that, right? It's about priority management. Maybe you've heard me talk on that before. Maybe I'm seeing a lot of the same names who come to a lot of the things that we do and participate in a lot of things. And so y'all probably have heard about this before, but it is not about your time management. It is not about a work-life balance. It is about your priority management. And priority management takes a lot of inner reflection on, like personally. It takes a lot of personal reflection to think about what your priorities are. And it kind of hurts your feelings a little bit when you're like, when somebody says, I'm sure I've seen it somewhere where it's like, instead of saying, I don't have time for that, say, that's not a priority for me, and see if it hits different. And it usually does for a lot of people, because it's not that something's not a priority, but then when you say it like that, you're like, well, I guess I'm making it not a priority, aren't I? So I just literally heard the phrase, why are you naked? Story of my life in this house. Anyway, but so when we talk about your priorities, when we think about what your priorities are, like I said, it's a personal reflection. You have to really look inside of you and your life and your planner and your agenda and figure out what it is, what your life looks like, and how you can, figure things out, for a lack of a better way of saying it. Something I've learned in accelerated leadership this is the last week, and I think I'm gonna graduate. I did not think I was gonna graduate, and which is the whole reason that I have ignored this program for over 5 years now. But look at God. Anyway, so one thing that we were talking about in accelerated leadership that our trainer Sydney was saying was that specifically talking about systems, but I think this applies here too. I'm going to come back to that in just a second, Trisha. I like what you said, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. But she said specifically about your systems is that a lot of times leaders, or even anybody in their business, even if you're a young leader or a new consultant, you have systems that you don't realize. You might not even realize that's what they are. Systems are just habits. They're just things that you know that you do, and you know how to do it. I mean, if my office is any indication of what like my systems look like, you might not want to follow my systems. But are you going to bed? Good night. Good night. Love you. Okay. Sorry. So what she said was we have to make our systems duplicatable so that anyone that's watching our business, anyone who is coming into our business as new teammates and such, can look at our business and say, I can do that. I can do that. And a lot of times, if you take a look at what your systems are, it might look like it's a little bit more difficult to explain it to someone. But a lot of times, us, the consultant, will use the excuse of, well, it just works for me. And that's like not a really good system for us to use. And yes, there are plenty of systems in my office right now where I'm like, I know where everything is. It's organized chaos in here, but I know what everything is. I know how it works, what I need to do. But if I had to explain to someone, somebody walked in my office right now and I had to explain to them the system that I use to do these things, it would blow their head, but it works for me. And that's not necessarily a duplicatable system. So all this is going to tie back to priority and time management, I promise. But a point that I'm trying to make is that we're overcomplicating things, y'all. Ow, I just hit my hand on my desk. We're overcomplicating things, and I am notorious for it. I am so notorious for overcomplicating things. And I feel like this is a hard conversation to have with you guys at in this season of life that we're in right now, with the heat of the catalog season, the LTOs that are dropping every 45 seconds. You can't even keep your head on straight. Like all the things that are being offered, it's like, oh my goodness, like I can't keep up, right? It's overwhelming. There's things that you have to do just in your normal business. Then there's like, it's the holiday season. So maybe you're doing gift bundles. Maybe you're doing a lot of partying. Maybe you're doing a lot of, I don't know, mystery boxes, bundling, gift wrap, all the things we feel like we need to be doing in the holiday season. And like, do we really need to be doing all of those things? I don't know. Again, that's the priority management that you have to decide on. So Trisha, I see that you're saying your struggle is organization, getting stuff for the holiday bundles and mail out samples that I've made. Oh my goodness. Like today I was in a small group and a director was like, you know what? I cannot get mailings done. I can't do them for my customers. I can't do them for my team. If I can't do it through email or send somebody a quick text message, I cannot get it in the mail. Like I can't. So she's like, I literally don't do mailings. And so anyway, it was just interesting to hear how she runs her business and how we were all like in different seasons of our life and we have different things going on, but we all find a way to run our business. Like one of the girls, she said she literally sleeps every day. And she has 6 kids. So I don't know how she does this, but she sleeps every day till like 11 a.m. every day. And then she goes to like, but she stays up all night. So she doesn't go to sleep till like 3 a.m. So she goes to bed at 3 a.m., wakes up at 11 a.m. And it could be because she's a former nurse. And so maybe she has that night shift, whatever. I don't know. But like hearing her and how like she has all this time to run her business, I'm like, but probably because you run your business, like, you have a lot more time. My ears are itching. Sorry. You have a lot more time at night to run your business because you don't have like kids maybe in your face. I don't know. I was just thinking about her business and what mine looks like. I go to bed early. I have kids with me all day. I mean, she told me that she works like anywhere between 8 to 10 hours a day on her business. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of time to work on your business. That doesn't sound very simple to me. That sounds like maybe you're putting Scentsy as a too high of a priority. But who am I to judge? Because she has recruited 32 personal frontline sponsored people since May. She also has anywhere between 3,000 and 6,000 PRV a month. She promoted to director in 8 months. She's only been with Scentsy for a year and a half. She's getting ready to promote to star director. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, you spend a lot of time on your business in a day, but I mean, clearly something's working. But anyway, so I say all that to say that all of our businesses are going to look different, and it depending on A, the season of life you're in, and B, just like what your life looks like in general. But I don't believe in work-life balance. I believe in you sitting down and you writing out what's important for you to get done in a day. So I don't know if I have any best tips for you guys other than something I've heard recently, and I've been trying to implement this, even though I feel like I have that, if you're a mom, you might have that, what we call mom guilt. It feels like you need a break from your kids, but the second that you actually can find time to like, just have a little bit of me time, you feel really guilty about it. Anybody? So I just lost my train of thought because I went way off. I went way this far. I'm going to come back. Give me a second. So the guilt that I have in my business is that sometimes I will do this thing that I'm going to tell you guys about, but then I feel like I haven't done enough for the day. I still feel like I need to be working, like this girl said, like, well, not 8 to 10 hours a day, but I feel like I need to be working like 5 and 6 hours a day in my business, in my office. Like, why do I feel like that? This is supposed to be a simple business. Most of us work from our phone. We don't work from home anymore. We work from our phone, right? Wherever we are, our phone is, so we can work from our phone. So one thing someone had suggested doing recently to just get your priorities in line is to literally write down the 3 things you need to get done for that day in your business. Just 3, just focus on 3 each day. And it doesn't have to be something like super big. So for instance, and I learned this from Shannon Grant too, our superstar director. She said, when it comes to mailings, because sometimes it can take you a long time to get your team recognition mail out or get your scent of the month samples out. Because we know that there's a system for that, right? You get it in, you smell it, maybe you go live for your VIPs. You have to stamp all your brochures or label your brochures. You have to cut, melt, whatever your bar that you're going to make samples of. You have to bag it, you have to label it, maybe you tape it or staple it to your flyer, I don't know. You have to stuff it in an envelope, you have to address envelopes, like there's a whole thing. Am I right? Okay, most of us literally have like our own little system that we use for getting our scent of the month mail outs done. Well, unless you have like 3 hours in one day to get those done, sometimes it's going to take most people a couple of days to get it done, unless you choose to do it on a Saturday morning or something. But for me, that whole process takes a while. So one thing that Shannon said a while back is she's like, when you're going to do your scent of the month mailings, like don't overcommit yourself to getting it done from start to finish with stamps on it in the mailbox in one day. If you only have an hour to work your business or 2 hours to work your business, you're never going to get that done. And I'm like, you're right. And I beat myself up every single time. And I'm like, I'm going to do scent of the month mailings today. And I have to clean my house and homeschool my kids and feed everybody. And at some point feed myself and like all the things. There's no way in heck I'm going to get all those scent of the month from start to finish, made samples, bagged, like all the things and stamped and in the mailbox for the mail carrier to pick up. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So breaking things down into chunks where I could say, okay, today I'm going to make the samples and bag them. Tomorrow I'm going to label them and stuff the envelopes. And then the next day I'm going to address the envelopes, stamp them, get them in the mail, kind of thing. So just breaking it down into chunks to help you be a little bit more manageable with what you've got going on. I mean, is that going to take you a little bit longer? Sure. But most of you all have a full-time job outside of Scentsy. And so you have to squeeze Scentsy into your day somewhere. So when you have to squeeze Scentsy into your day somewhere, you're going to need to break up your task into chunks, into manageable times, into manageable tasks, not even time, but manageable tasks that you can accomplish in that day. So choosing 3 things to do a day for your business, 3 important things to do for that day will help you to kind of stay on track and stay somewhat priority aligned. And you just got to figure out what those things are each day that are going to be the most beneficial for your business, most income producing. Because I mean, truly, Nothing wrong with making samples. I'm not making samples, but I am going to say making samples takes a heck of a long time. I mean, do y'all, to me, to make a scent of the month sample, it's going to take me at least, if I had to do it from start to finish, and not even making the video for my VIP customers, but if I did it from start to finish, it takes me about 3 hours. And I'm talking about all the way down to putting the samples in the mailbox from the mail carrier to pick up. At least 3 hours of consistent, no interruptions work. Maybe I could do it a little quicker. I don't know. But I'm just saying it takes a long time, right? So making the samples isn't necessarily income producing, but following up with those samples after I've sent them out can be income producing. Okay. So just keep that in mind as to what is on your priority list. What do you feel like needs to get done? I know right now we're in a season of like, I need to make holiday bundles. I need to do gift wrapping. I need to take pictures of all the things and show everybody what I'm doing so that they'll, want to blah, blah, blah. But to me, what's most important? Y'all see all this mess on the floor behind me? This is all gift bundling stuff. Okay. I have sold a lot of gift bundles that I have to get packaged and ready to go out, but they don't need them until like the second week of December. So I've got some time. Do I really want to sit down and take out all the things and create the bundles? Yes, because I'm starting to like get a feel for my creative vibe. Okay. But is that income producing right now? No, it's not. They don't need those yet. Okay. And it's a gift. And like I said, they don't need them right now. So do I need to putting together these holiday bundles at the top of my priority list for tomorrow? No. You know what I need to be doing tomorrow? I need to be emailing my customers. I need to be sharing on my story, sharing on my VIP page, sharing on all the places that I'm making gift bundles. Yeah. Did I take some time a couple of weeks ago to actually make 3 of my hand soap bundles and 3 of my mug bundles? Yeah, I did. I made them. I took some time and made them so that I could stage them and take pictures of them so I can use them as marketing material, as promotional material to share with my customers. That's how I've already sold 12, 20, 23 bundles already from 4 different customers. Okay. So what I need to be focused on right now is selling these bundles. I've got time to put them together. I will have time. But right now, that's not a priority. Is that making sense? So a lot of times we feel like we've got to do certain things, but do we really need to do that? Is that a priority right now? So Caitlin, I'm just now reading your comment. It's my struggle. Doing a lot of, yeah, okay. I feel that doing a little bit of everything. I feel like I do that a lot of days. And I just got finished saying, like, sometimes depending on the season of your life and what your priorities look like, sometimes you have to do a little bit of little bits of things each day. Now, what you're saying is a little bit of everything. I feel that. How many of you all go to clean the house on Saturday morning or whatever today is your cleaning day, and you're like scrubbing toilets, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that hand towel, I need to go put that in the washing machine. So I'm washing whites right now. So you take the hand towel and then you go the washing machine to put it in there, and then you're like, oh, I got a load in here that needs to be, just went off, I need to fold these clothes. So you start folding the clothes, and then you go to put them away, and you're like, oh man, my dresser is dusty, I need to get the dust rag and start dusting in here. It's like cleaning ADD, I don't know, but that can be the same thing in your business, where you're like, I'm making scent of the month samples, but dag, I forgot, like Harvest Blessings, I need to be promoting that right now, because it's like that would be the perfect scent to have people coming over to your house for Thanksgiving. Like I need to be making samples of that too, instead of this icicles and evergreen. Like maybe so sometimes we find ourselves like jumping from task to task. And that is why literally, like, I have my little checklist. That's my system for my business and for my team, my leadership. And so this keeps me on track. Does this mean I do all of this stuff every day, every week? No, it doesn't, but it keeps me on track to know what I do need to do when I have the time to sit down. But I feel like most days, the thing that gets me like to mark things off of my list the most is my task list. This is literally a list. Let me show you a pretty page that came from TJ Maxx that says tasks on it, and it's numbered all the way to 20. And for whatever reason, this works better than a piece of paper or a Post-it note for me. Maybe it's the numbers, maybe it's the fact that it says task. I don't know, but I write my tasks up here and I cross them off when I do them, and it helps me to brain dump. So like all the things I know that I need to get done, but I don't have the time to do it right now. So I'm starting to write all these things down because I know that I have to get these done. I need to make them a priority. Okay. So sometimes this just works for me. And that, again, there's me going, this just works for me. But could this be this task list? Could this be a system that you tell your teammate to do? like brain dump all the things you need to do and then circle the top 3 things that you've got to get done today. Yeah, that's actually technically a system that you could share with somebody. That is duplicatable. Anybody could do that. So anyway, I feel like I haven't said much other than let me do say this, because I have I'm going to show you guys my notes. I'm really coming into this transparency thing because y'all need to know that ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. I don't care how much you try. These are my notes for tonight's call. Okay. This is the side that talks about priority management. That word, right, those words right there say priority management. These are my notes for that. Y'all see that? There's none. Okay. But then over here, there's some more notes for this topic that I think is important. So this is going to be the flip side of time management for your business. So some people have no problem finding the time in a day to work their Scentsy business. They're like, oh, I mean, I can find time. Like, I mean, I might work full time. I might have another job. I might have children, but I can find time to work my Scentsy business. That's me. Like, I can find the time. Okay. I will make the time for my Scentsy business because I love my job. I really, really love my job. And I have for the last almost 9 years. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it, more so than I ever thought I would. So sometimes it can be so much fun to work on my Scentsy business, to take care of my customers, to take care of my teammates, that I spend too much time on Scentsy. I don't know if anybody relates to that, or have at some point in their journey, maybe at one time felt like I spend entirely too much time working on my Scentsy business. Some things that I want you to think about with that, if that's you, or if that's ever been you, and maybe you've changed your ways, good on you if you have. But if that becomes you, just please keep in mind that, like, it can happen. Scentsy is an addiction, not just in the fragrance, but in the side hustle of it, in the work of it. It can be addicting because it's fun, it's rewarding. But don't let Scentsy become something that your family resents, because that can easily happen. I don't think my husband's ever said it outright, but I could tell by his emotions, the way he's acting, that years ago, I think maybe he did feel that way about Scentsy, is that that I spent a lot of time on it. And maybe at that time, my paychecks were not like reflecting my effort. And that could be a kind of a bummer, especially when you have a spouse involved who doesn't necessarily believe in the company that you're working for as hard as you are. Sometimes that can get in the way. So don't let it become something that your family resents because you spend entirely too much time on your business. Okay. I know for me personally, this week, because I'm in this program that I didn't think I was going to graduate, but I think I am now. In order to graduate, I had to be on a certain number of calls, a certain number of Zoom trainings. And that meant that I had one last night. I had this tonight with you guys. I had another training call at 1:00 earlier today. I had to be on, and I have one tomorrow night. So that's a lot of time away from my family to do something that I need to do for me in my business. So with that said, I have to be able to take some non-Scentsy time later this week. So that's probably going to be tomorrow, after my call. But include your family as much as you possibly can. They might not like really care or really want to do much with your Scentsy business. Like, sometimes I can get Brad to label some samples, or especially at the beginning of catalog season, we have the stickers. He hates it. Oh, he hates it so bad when I make him help me sticker the things, the rub and sniff stickers. But include them as much as you possibly can. Even with your kids, with me, it bothers me so bad, but even if the kids put my labels on the bars wrong, it's like, it'll be fine. At least it got done. They sort my order. My boxes come in, they sort my orders by scent and by product. It's awesome. It's very helpful. I do pay them for it. So that's my next thing on the list, is pay your family when they help you. So maybe you don't have children, or maybe your children are not old enough yet to help you with Scentsy. Pay them in ways when it's payday. Today was payday with Scentsy. Hallelujah. But pay your family. So take them out to dinner on Scentsy. Remember, the number one rule in Scentsy is you spend Scentsy money on your family, not your family's money on Scentsy. So pay your family back. Take them out to dinner. Take them, do something with them. Like, take your daughter to go get a pedicure. I don't know, whatever it is that you need to do for your husband. maybe you're like, look, babe, I've spent a lot of time on Scentsy last month. I know, I was sitting in bed while we were watching Netflix, we were Netflixing and chilling, and I'm over there like making samples. Like, I get it. Or I've been on my phone texting my customers. I have 10 minutes. Okay. So texting my customers, and while I've been trying to, supposed to be spending time with you, I know that. However, today was payday, and I just want to say, I would love to buy you that new golf club you've been eyeballing. Let Scentsy buy that for you. So pay them back however you can, however you see fit, just to let them know that, like, this might seem like a silly business to you, but it means something to me, and I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for my family, and so I want to show you that. So another thing is, let them know that Scentsy is treating them that day. So maybe if you take your family to, like, I don't know, Busch Gardens Christmas Town is coming up soon. Like, maybe Scentsy would pay for that. And you could let them know that mommy's worked really hard to take you on this special day. And then the last thing would be to have, like I just said, to have non-Scentsy business hours. And so because I have so much going on at the beginning of the week, even tomorrow, like, my husband's off for Veterans Day on Thursday. So tomorrow night's supposed to be nice. So we're thinking about, like, grilling on the grill, and then the kids want to do the bonfire with s'mores and stuff like that. But I still have a call to be on at 8 o'clock. It's from 8 to 9. And so I'm going to cheat a little bit and, like, not have my camera on and probably just be on the call, but leave my phone inside. Don't tell anybody I told y'all that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Right. So anyway, with time management, priority management, attention management, there's a book on that. There's a book called Attention Management, and that apparently it's really good. It's on my list to read. But you have to decide what in your business gets your time, gets your priority in a day. You have to figure that out. Like, I mean, I could sit down with you and look at your day and look at your calendar and say, well, this is where I would fit Scentsy in, and this is where I would fit Scentsy in. But I can't do that for you. I mean, you literally have to figure it out. But a lot of times when we are in this headspace of, I'm so unorganized, I'm so chaotic right now, I have all the things to do and I just can't get it done, and I feel crazy. I don't know about you guys, but chaos does make me crazy. I know y'all look at my office and you're like, what? your life is chaotic all the time. Yes, it is. My whole life, my whole house is a ball of chaos all the time, which is why I'm always like this all the time, because I feel crazy all the time. Chaos makes me crazy. And that's how I can feel in my business sometimes when my to-do list is this long and I'm not crossing things off, because I, like, when am I supposed to do it? So brain dump, find a piece of paper, write everything down that you feel like you need to do between, whatever. Don't put a timestamp on it. If you feel like, I got to do gift bundles, I got to do gift wrapping, I got to do this marketing, I got to put this box together, I got to plan my boxes, I got to plan this, I got to do that, I got to reach out this way. If those are the things you need to do, write them down and then sit and look and decide, okay, today, what 3 things am I going to get done today? And when you figure out what those 3 things are, then figure out where in your day they're going to go. I don't know about you guys. If you work full time, if you get a break, are you gonna be able to take 15 minutes of your lunch break and, like, plan out what your mystery box is going to be for the month? I don't know. You have to be able to figure that out. But I'm telling you, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. I could get a lot of this task list done when I get off this call with you guys if I would just sit in this office and actually finish doing my mailings, my happy mail, actually sit and make these samples, actually sit and finish labeling this order and putting it away, because it's stock that I need for Christmas time. But anyway, like, I could get those things done if I stayed in my office after this call and did it. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go sit in my bed and read my book and fall asleep. And that's probably what I'm going to do. So is that me managing my time, managing my priorities? That's me deciding that sleep and reading is a priority over clearing out some of this chaos. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's a choice that I made. So anyway, with all the hype and the overwhelm that we feel right now, just take a deep breath, write it all down as best you can, keep a running list. This is a running list, guys. It is a running list. And cross off what you can. Choose to do 3 things in one day. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if this was helpful for anybody, but I do want you all to understand that this is the time of the year where you will feel crazy. You will feel crazy. And I'm not sure that there's really a solution. But it's a good crazy, because you know that you're serving your customers well. You know that you're doing what you can for your business in the last few weeks that we have to work our business before. Have they even announced the Christmas cutoff yet? I haven't checked my news tab today. Listen, I'm human too. I have not checked my news tab today. I've been on the workstation 4 times. bypass news tab all 4 times. Anyway, that's going to be coming soon. So be paying attention to that. I understand that there's like a short amount of time to do a lot of things. And so what needs to get done before the Christmas cutoff? What's the most important before the Christmas cutoff? For me, when my scent of the month comes in, it's going to be where we get it right before December. So we'll be getting it in a couple of weeks. When that comes in for December, am I going to be like stressing out to make those scent of the month samples for December? I mean, not really, because that's not where my focus is going to be. My focus is going to be on helping my customers holiday shop, helping get their stuff gift wrapped for them, like helping them with their holiday list. That's going to be where my priority is, not on making a sample that I have a very small return on investment in. That makes sense. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for showing up and showing out. Y'all are amazing. Most of you guys who are here right now are here all the time. And I just appreciate you all taking time out of your night to be here with one another and be here with me and listen to me. Just, I'm done now. And I hope y'all have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your week. And that is it. I'm going to stop the recording.